Oh, it's finally here. It's finally time. It's the brand new Red Corsair box. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this. I literally just picked this up from the shops, came home and was like, lights, camera, go. Let's get stuck in. Because yeah, this is the start of our Chaos Space Marine army. Starting a brand new army and we're going with the Red Corsairs. So I've been so excited for this box to turn up and get started on a new big meaty project. So today we're going to do the normal new box spiel. We're going to unbox this, see what's inside, all the sprues and the fun little transfers and the extras, because you do get the Red Corsair upgrade sprue, which I'm dying to see. And then yeah, we'll build up and paint in full a Red Corsair Raider. So let's just get stuck in because I don't want to wait any longer. Sweet, and here it is, this lovely, big, beautiful, dark, grim artwork with all the minis on the front, looking good. Then it'll be slapped to the back as well. You get a nice breakdown of everything you get, because you get absolutely loads in this box. 5 Terminators, 10 Raiders, 10 Legionaries, 10 Traitor Guardsmen, and a Reaver Captain, and an upgrade sprue. My god, that is, yeah, I'm actually what I'm most excited to do is just to see the amount of plastic, like the mounds and mounds of plastic cracks. Let's just get the money shot, and then, oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's more in the box. Hold on. Oh, it's just books. Just building guides. All right, cool. So yeah, let's take a look at this then. Wow. Right, so we've got all the individual building books. So I guess we'll put the new ones to one side so we can look at them. I guess, oh my god. Look at it all. Oh my god, this is so much. Let's just put it all out first of all. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Just rows and rows of it. Oh, this is what we're here for. All these, oh, okay. I'm just overwhelmed. There's too much going on. So these transfers look incredible. But again, we'll get to them later. So let's just put them to one side. Cool. So we've got some legionary sprues here. I wasn't sure at first about this. This is my first Chaos Space Marine kit, so I had to actually look at the pamphlet and be like, oh yeah, look, all these chains down the front. All right, yeah, this is the the legionary kit. So probably stuff people have seen before, but it's new to me, so it looks all cool and exciting. And then I guess, yeah, probably some more legionary sprues. Then we've got like the these are the Traitor Guardsman sprues. You can see because they're teeny tiny little bodies. These are looking all right. So just the standard stuff we've seen before. These are the Chaos Space Marines. These are the Chaos Terminator sprues, sorry. I know these are recognisable. Then we get to the good stuff underneath, well, all of these bases. We've got some brand new sprues. So this is the Reeve Captain, I believe. It's got the big cloak and the fancy base. So yeah, it has to be him. Oh, I love this cutlass. Yeah, very priority. I like the look of that. That's cool. And then yeah, I like sort of the fur on the shoulders. Big mace. Yeah, this guy looks awesome. I'm keen to get around to him. But like I mentioned, we'll build up to that eventually. Then I believe this is the upgrade sprue, right? So you get some heads, some shoulder pads. It's quite small, to be fair. I thought there might be a little bit more. But you do get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 shoulder pads, which is a decent amount. Only a couple little trinkets, like extra little necklaces and a chainsword. 2 chainswords and some heads. Yeah, it's okay. I would have maybe liked this to be a little bit more, a little bit bigger. But I guess you are getting like whole dedicated sprues to the Raiders, so it's kind of alright. And here they are. Is it 2 of the same? Yeah, so 2 of the same sprue. Huge sheet of all the new stuff for these Red Corsair Raiders, and again, these look cool. I love these melee like cutlasses they've got. Like, the chainswords are awesome, but like having a pirate cutlass is so cool. And immediately that guy popping out the smoke grenade just here, that's like, yeah, that looks really cool on the preview show and on the box art. Yeah, I'm keen to do that. That one looks awesome. Yeah, just a couple of cloaks, some swords, or some shoulder pads. Okay, to be fair, yeah, the Raiders come with their own shoulder pads, so you don't. I guess the upgrade sprue will be for the Legionaries and the Terminators and stuff, so that makes sense. I like all the trinkets they've got, to be fair. There's like a gun just here, this one, like a holster, but it's got like a wrap around it. Very like makeshift, very like piratey, like they've had to, yeah, like tape stuff together and make do with what they've got. Very thematical. I like it, it's cool. These are looking good, man. Yeah, these are really cool. All right, I'm keen to get stuck in. So yeah, there's just the huge wad of sprues you get with it. Just an absolute mountain of it, like, oh yeah, weighty. And then, like I mentioned, some cool transfers as well. So you've got these 2 transfer sheets, they're both the same. Some nice sort of Red Corsair insignias, some runes, nice and shiny, looking good. Yeah, so overall, very impressive what comes in the box. There's loads and loads of plastic, some cool transfers, new sprues. I'm keen to get stuck in, so let's do exactly that. Let's grab this Raiders sprue, grab the Raiders building guide, and I guess I say get stuck in, but I need to tidy up first. My desk is an absolute mess because of the frenzy and the excitement. Alright, so here we are, brand new sprue and brand new building instructions, and let's just get stuck in and build up one of these Raiders so we can start painting him. I have had a quick flick through the book, and as cool as this sort of captain guy looks, I do want to start nice and simple, just chill. I say that, I think I'm going to go for the smoke grenade dude. So I say simple, but this smoke grenade sort of situation's got so many cool details on it. There's going to be nothing simple about painting that, but it does look incredible. It's so cool. Like him just popping a smoke out of his wrist while he's got like a gun. I think one thing I've come to appreciate as well as I'm clipping off this backpack is not only that I can charge my camera while using it, I don't know why this cable won't move, but also how detailed all the little things are on these newer models. So like, I've just been building up some Hellblasters, and for them, every backpack is the same. It's like the same number, the same details, so I don't even think about it. When I'm like, oh, I need to clip off a backpack, I just grab it, whatever. But these guys are like, each backpack has a different number because every backpack has different details. There's like this one I've got, which is number 52, I think, just a standard backpack. Then there's this one here that I mentioned that's got like a cloth over the top of it, like a cover. So yeah, one thing I appreciate about these newer kits is they look really cool, and also there's just so much extra detail on even the tiny bits that you won't think about, like the backpack. Definitely makes them feel special and cool. But that is the body and the backpack done. I'm going to leave the backpack as well as loads of other stuff off to sub-assemble. Next up we have got... So we've done that. This is where we need to pick, I guess, what variant, the blue or the green. And I mean, if you're not picking this like smoke grenade thing, like what are you doing? Because that's so cool. So we'll go for the green route, which will be piece number 68 and 69 for this gun that he's holding. And then, as I mentioned, the arm with the smoke grenades got a build itself, 66 and 67, and then it's also got like a cool little pouch. And then what's after that? I imagine it'll be, I mean, to be fair, actually, that's it. There'll be some shoulder pads and some helmets that we'll leave off. So in terms of building and gluing, the only thing left to glue is the arm, and the rest will be sub-assembled. So I'll clip all this off, and then we can undercoat him, and then get to the fun and exciting part, shall we? And here we are, all primed up and sub-assembled, ready to go. So I've sub-assembled pretty much everything, really. He's got an arm attached to him, but the shoulder pads and the other arm, the heads and a backpack. So it's all individual pieces so we can get into all the nooks and crannies. It's just personally how I prefer to work. I find it easier. And then also, similarly, I've primed it all in white because personally, with these nice, bright, vibrant reds that we're going to be using for across the Mini, I quite like that white undertone, so it kind of brightens up the model just a little bit. Like I mentioned, we are going to go for these nice bright reds. We've got like Khorne, Mephiston, and all sorts here. But we're not starting there. What we're going to start with is the trim. So with the trim, it is black. So what I like to do to get that nice or black metallic trim look is we'll do a layer of Leadbelcher originally. So Leadbelcher across all the trim. And then we'll put a layer of black Templar contrast over the top, which makes it a nice sort of dark, heavy, industrial, metallic black. And I like the way it looks. Then once we've done that, we're also going to come back and then just do a dry brushing of Leadbelcher, just to give it a little bit of a tint and some highlights around the edges. And that'll be pretty much it for the trim. There'll be some shading. I think I'm going to do some like Agrax Earthshade around the bolts for like some rust, but we'll do that later on rather than now. So yeah, let's finally get to the meat and potatoes of this video and put some paint on this model. Right, so there's just the black trim done, and I'm going to be honest, I thought there was going to be a lot more. Like, where's my wet palette? I put a whole bunch of Leadbelcher on my, my wet palette ready to use, and turns out these boys, or this one model specifically, just has some on his shins and one shoulder pad. Like, the other ones have got a cloth, so yeah, this is all of it. I mean, luckily there's loads of silver on the rest of it. Luckily there's still loads of silver left to paint on the model, so I can use it later for that. Like, I did quickly slap it on the gun just because I was like looking at this arm to be like, is there any trim on it? And I was like, oh, I'll just slap it while I'm here. I mean, I think the backpack is going to be black with bits of silver. Yeah, like these pipes will probably be silver, but with the black armor panels, like the paneling and the backpack, I want to use like actual blacks, like Abaddon, and highlight it with some greys, rather than like a metallic black like this trim. I like to separate the two so it's not just a homogeneous sea of like the same shade. I like to have some variety in the model. But no, it's looking really nice. It's captured that element that I wanted, that sort of like still black and dark and heavy, but got those metallic-y undertones to them, especially with the dry brushing on this corner here. Yeah, looking good. Also kind of shows off why I started with the trim, because yeah, look how messy it is. If that bled onto the red, it'd be a nightmare. But the red is where we're going next, so we're going to start layering up these armor panels. So this is going to be a few different colours. So I've got all the reds here, really. So we'll put down a layer of Khorne on all of it, and then we'll also put on a layer of Mephiston Red everywhere, apart from the recesses. So we'll try and leave those like little recesses in the armor, like where the panels meet the trim and stuff like that. Leave them Khorne, so there's some nice dark recess shading and some light panels. Yeah, then once we've done those two, we can look at some Evil Sunz, Wazdaka, Wild Rider. Yeah, we'll look at some more brighter reds and see if we can apply some like highlights on the armor panels and some edge highlight and stuff. There's the first two layers of red done for the armor, and it's looking nice. Yeah, this is my favorite thing about the Red Corsairs, is just how bright and bold and popping they are. Like, look at that contrast on the knee and the arm. I guess this shoulder pad's really good as well, because you've got the black trim, and it will look better when we do that fist later on. But yeah, I love how big and bright and bold and in your face they are, because like I mentioned, I've got this Hellblaster that I feel like I'm going to grab every 5 minutes as a reference point. But it's such a nice contrast to my Black Templar. Just nice, bright in your face. Although it's kind of funny how they're like inverse of each other. This is primarily red with black details, and this is primarily black with red details. So definitely two of my favourite colours to work with. So next up, we're just going to carry on with this red armour and move on to some brighter colours for some highlights. So we've just done our Mephiston and Khorne, so we can move them to one side, and we can crack out the Evil Sunz, and a new favourite of mine is Wild Rider. I've used it once before, and it's really nice. Yeah, just going to crack these out. I think what we'll do for the Evil Sunz is, on the flat panels, just try and highlight, I guess actually the same with the Wild Rider, to be fair. Just trying to try and build up some highlights. So like on the top of this knee just there, we're going to water it down with some light sort of like scratchings there. Maybe on the thigh just at this bit. Basically sections that would catch the light, like all of this arm here, definitely. Right, so that's the armour done, and I'm thinking I should probably also tidy up my desk a little bit because it's getting messy. The spool and the book are still there. So let's tuck those away into the drawer, and we can take a look at our handiwork because I am really happy with how this has turned out so far. There's a couple little niggly bits, like I think on that knee there is a little bit too bright and bold. I think I might put too much on. But just looking at it from like a glance, like even if we lifted the camera up like quite far away, almost like a tabletop view, I think it's looking pretty nice, you know? Like some nice smooth transitions between the reds, some nice like, not shadows, but like brightness, you know, like where the light would be catching the front of that knee and the top and the side of his thigh. Like a light would be catching it, so it's a bit orange. So I guess next up we can do the black panels. So it will just be this shin here, or the shin, the knee and the thigh. And then also his chest, his whole like chest area is going to be black on this dude as well. So we'll start off with, yeah, we'll do some Abaddon Black, and then what we'll do, rather than building up like layers of highlights and shadows, I might just edge highlight this, just to give it some more shape. So I guess if we grab, is it Eshin somewhere? There we go. So we'll do a layer of Abaddon Black, and then we'll do like a trim highlight of Eshin all around the edges, and then maybe also some Dawnstone. Right, that is all of the red armor panels, black armor panels, and trim all finished. And that's a big chunk of the model, you know. It's like most of it, looking at it. And looking at it, it does look really good. I'm so happy with how it's turned out so far. It's definitely, yeah, I'm really enjoying that nice bright boldness. I think I've mentioned it like 100 times, but that's the one thing that really drew me to Red Corsairs, how like bright and bold and in your face they are. And it's proper coming out, yeah. Like I like the highlights. They're not that great. They could be better, but they're not like really blocky. That's one thing I hate when I do highlights sometimes. When I try and blend colours, it's super blocky. But on this guy, I actually think it's like, it's kind of subtle enough. I will say, the next video we do will probably be the what's the best way to paint Red Corsairs. We'll gather up loads of recipes online and see if we can get like a really good theme and really good colour scheme and recipe going. But for what we're doing for this one, I'm really happy with it, especially the grey edge highlights around the trim of the black panels. They look really nice. They really help separate those black panels and the black trim. And they're nice and clean and they're looking good. So yeah, now that we've done all of the base red and black, we can get onto the fun details. Oh, also, forgot to mention, I just filled in some of the ribbons, or all of the ribbons, with some Basilicanum Grey. I just use this for the ribbons just because it's really easy. Especially with that white undercoat, you get that the highlights kind of do it on their own. That's looking okay. But like I mentioned, I'm excited to move on to the details because I feel like that's what brings the model to life, you know, all these little like rags and tags and belts and harnesses, and I'm so excited to do this smoke grenade. Tell you what, I'll do that next actually because I really want to do that. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I should paint the cloth, I should paint the belts, but no, I want to get this smoke grenade done, so we'll do that. So what I want to do is, I guess, some greys and some whites and stuff. Oh yeah, there we go. So what I might do is a base of Administratum Grey, and then I've got some, oh, is it Apothecary White as well? I've not really used that much, but this would be a good excuse to break it out if I can find it. Yeah, there it is, like a white contrast paint. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll do a layer of Administratum Grey on all the smoke everywhere. Maybe do some recess shading of this Apothecary White, make it a little bit darker. And then layer on some more whites, like probably Corax and White Scar. I might even dry brush them, actually. I don't know. Oh yeah, let's move on to this. I'm excited. Right, so there's that smoke done, and this looks incredible, man. I'm so happy with how it's turned out. It looks really good. Some nice like colours there, like the dark greys in the recesses. Some nice and vibrant whites like at the top just there as it's coming out of the grenade. Yeah, looking really good. So happy with that. Especially because it was like one of the things I was most excited for about this specific like mini. Like this cool smoke grenade like popping out of his arm. The only minor annoying thing is, yeah, we got some on his hand. I busted out the old makeup blender because I just can't resist. I'm obsessed with this thing at the minute. And it's made some real nice blends of whites and greys and whatnot, but it's just a tiny bit of overlap. But it's okay. I also slapped the silver on as well, just on the harness and the pipes just there, just a little more extra silver bits while I was doing the grenade. And also while I was waiting for some stuff to dry, I just put a brown and a greyish brown kind of like just some contrast paints on some of these trinkets, because that's what we're going to do next. And that's all that's left really on this dude, is he's got, for the torso, this big cloth down the front, which I'm going to do Rakarth Flesh and Riekland Fleshshade. And then also he's got a strap here, which I'm going to do a little bit brighter, and then a belt. And then this torso is done. We can move on to some other bits like the head and the weapons. Ooh, exciting. So I am pretty happy with that Rakarth Fleshy kind of vibe on the loincloth. That's looking good. Just slap some Wraithbone on this bandage here with the intention of putting Agrax Earthshade on it to like grim it up. It's just the problem of this belt though. So I put Aggoros Dunes on it just to make it a bit different, you know. I was like, oh, let me try something other than just Mournfang, Agrax, Mournfang. Because these guys are going to be like wildly different. They're red and they're black and it's chaos. It's not like the standard Imperium. So I thought, I'll try something different. I think it looks a bit ass. That Aggoros Dunes is like all patchy and it's not that nice. Oh, so I've got two options. I can either Agrax Earthshade it up with the rest of the stuff and see if that kind of darkens it down and fixes it, or I can slap some dried bark on it. I think I'm going to be lazy and put Agrax Earthshade on and then put dried bark over the top if it's not looking good. So let me grab some Agrax Earthshade. Yeah, put it on this sort of Wraithbone parchment type thing. My thought process with this actually, sorry, while I'm touching on it, is I'm not really sure what it is. It's kind of just like a bandage, a wrap, or some kind of cloth. But I've done it in the same, where is it? I've used the same method and recipe that I use for purity seals. Well, I will do once I put the Agrax Earthshade on. But yeah, my thought process was, maybe this is, the same sort of material. They've stolen it from like Space Marines they've killed and they're just like wrapping themselves up with it. Oh, and here he is. This is the torso all done. Look at that. Yeah, I think with the Agrax Earthshade on the belt, it kind of darkens it down enough so it doesn't look too bad. I do prefer it being a bit more bright than like a dark heavy, because I was going to put some Cygor Brown. And I thought, Cygor with the dark silver and the dark black, like the whole point of this is very like all these colours and vibrancy. I don't really want like loads and loads of dark colours, so I'm quite happy with that Agrax Earthshade. Similarly on the wraps there, nice like dirty, torn wraps and the fleshy sort of tones of this Rakarth Flesh. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. I say all that, it's the smoke for me. I'm so happy with how this looks. It's incredible. Oh, yeah. So we're all done with this torso. So now we can move on to cover some of the details. I will say I have got this base over here that I pre-made actually. Just like a grey sort of ashen barren base. I'm not sure if this is 100% what my Red Corsairs are going to live on, but I do quite like the sort of grey ashen contrast with the bright red armour. It's quite nice. So what I'll do is I'll quickly super glue this guy to the base so he can dry while we're doing everything else. Save a little bit of time and be efficient. Because speaking of everything else, we've got some bits left to do. So actually this shoulder pad's done, to be fair, so that can come off. But I do have this other shoulder pad that I want to quickly do, because it kind of ties into what I've just mentioned about borrowing colours from loyalist chapters. So I was trying to think, what do I want to do with this? Like, do I want to make it the same as the Rakarth Flesh or something else? I don't know. And then I was thinking, actually, what might be really, really cool is, what if I used the same colours that I use for Black Templar tabards for it? So I think it's like Zandri, Agrax, and Ushabti. Yeah, so like, as if to be like, yeah, this thing on his shoulder is like a tabard he's taken off of the corpse of a Black Templar or something. Like he's ripped it off in a raid and he's like, I'll just slap this on my shoulder and make it do. So yeah, I really like that idea. And that's one thing that did draw me to the Red Corsairs, was like, oh, I can have this lots of storytelling elements to it, like lots of trophies, lots of trinkets and things they've stolen from other chapters, which allows me to tell some cool stories and also be a little bit lazy when it comes to picking colours and schemes. So yeah, this is the shoulder pad we done, just that sort of Zandri Dust, Black Templar tabard vibe. It's looking kind of okay. Could be a little bit better, but just a small little feature I'm quite happy with, and I like the colour and the vibe. The idea is there, and that's what matters. And then also got the gun here, just slapped some of the base coats on. I mean, you can see that Cygor Brown still wet for the leather strap. But oh yeah, nice black, silver and gold. So I'm just going to slap some Nuln Oil over all of this, and then apply some, oh, yeah, over this clear, not blurry gun. Just slap some Nuln Oil pretty much all over it, and then apply some of the highlights. Then we have some greys and whatnot, same thing we've done for the other blacks. Right, so that is just the gun done, nice and crisp and clean and simple. It is just a bolter, like black, grey and gold, nothing fancy about it, so I just kind of kept it simple. So that's over there and done. And then also, similarly, I did the backpack, nice and simple, just black and silver. I don't think I even filmed the black and silver just because you've seen me paint these two colours loads this video, so I just left it. But I did film the nice gold bits either side because they're quite fancy and cool. So we're just going to do the same as what we've just done on the gun, to be fair. Nuln Oil, some grey highlights, and then maybe a little bits of Liberator on these big spheres, and then jump over to the last two details, which will be the face and this little pouch here. Oh, and here he is, hiding behind Huron's face, our very first Red Corsair Raider. Da-da-da. Oh man, look at this model. How cool is that? Oh yeah, this has definitely exceeded my expectations. It's looking really, really good. It's funny because yeah, it looks incredible. I love the model. I love how vibrant it is. I love all the details, like the smoke. I love that sort of like tattered tabard down his shoulder pad. Love, yeah, like the Red Corsair fist on his other shoulder pad. Like, yeah, the little gun with the rat bandages. The gold backpack. Man, yeah, this is great. This is like 10. The model itself is 10 out of 10. There's definitely some improvements to be made to the painting and the colours. That's a personal thing that we're going to work on throughout this entire box, which I guess is a good thing. It gives us something to work on and build up towards. It'd be boring if it was perfect first time. So I guess if we just go over the paint job, I guess we can start. I guess we start top down actually. Go a little bit old school, how we used to do it. So we zoom in. Look at that, really close. I don't know. This is like the super zoom and the ×2 combined. So I don't know if this is going to lose much detail. Hopefully not. It looks okay on the little screen. But his face, I'm actually quite happy with his face. And the hair. The hair is literally just black Templar contrast on top of some white primer. That's looking really nice. And then the face is Rakarth Flesh, Riekland Fleshshade, now relayered some more Rakarth Flesh. And yeah, again, really, really happy with the face actually. It's definitely a big improvement on some other things I've done recently. I'm trying to think. I did a face. I can't remember what it was. Ah, this guy. That was it. I think it was like the last video probably. I painted this like Space Wolf Bloodclaw, and yeah, look at the state of that face. Like, this is way too much white. Whereas I feel like we were quite nice and controlled on this dude. He's looking really good. Yeah. Then I guess we swing to the backpack. I think I could have highlighted the greys a little bit more. Maybe instead of the grey highlights, do like the Dark Reaper and Thunderhawk. Maybe make it a little bit more prominent. I don't know. It's a little bit plain, but it's okay. I do like those little gold round spheres on the side. They're quite nice, and they've got like a bit of Liberator on top. But it's only a simple feature, isn't it? There's nothing too crazy about it. But definitely just a little thing to improve upon. Then going down on the shoulder pads, yeah, I like the fist there, and then I like the tattered cloth, looking really, really good. And then just some more details on the torso and the hands. We've got I guess the gun, I mentioned it, nice and clean and simple, nothing too fancy. I do really like the gold bullets in the gun. Like, it's something I really, really love doing. Just small little details that really like add some character to it. It's great. Then yeah, the pipes, those pipes in the middle just above the belt are really cool. And I am quite happy with the belt itself. I mentioned that I wasn't happy with Aggoros Dunes, and I put some Agrax Earthshade over the top. And yeah, I think it looks a lot better. Just like a weird, dirty, brown, grimy belt. It kind of breaks up that black and red in the middle. That's quite nice in there. And then yeah, the flesh, Rakarth Flesh cloth, and then like this holster on the side is really cool. Like this whole little package of lots of little trinkets and like loads of stuff going on. I like that. And then I guess it's the armor panels. I mean, there's the smoke, but we're going to save the smoke to the end because it is my favourite thing in the world. So just to go on the armor panels, I am happy with how they've turned out. I do really, really like the black trim, like the approach we've done. I like the grey highlights in the black panels. And some of the highlighting is good, like on that shin there. Yeah, on the top of the knee, the middle, and the foot. It's quite cool. Around the sides, not too bad. It's kind of okay. You could do with some work. That's the one thing I'm not massively happy about. The red's just a little bit all over the place. Like on the back of his foot down there is a bit meh. And it's very, I don't know if flat's the right word. But there's a lot more work to be done on the red to get a better looking armor. But I do think it's okay. There's like so much going on. It's not just all red armor. There's like the black gun, the black chest, the silver details, the hair, this like tabard, like cloth on his shoulder, the one down the middle. Like there's so much going on with this model. The red armor isn't the main focus. Well, it is the main focus, but it's not like 90% of the model. Like, again, I keep grabbing that Hellblaster, but you look at like a Black Templar Hellblaster, it's all just black armor panels. Whereas I feel like this has so much going on that it kind of breaks it up, so it's not too bad. Then yeah, the piece de la resistance. This might be one of my most favourite things I've ever painted, and it's such a small little detail, but this smoke grenade, man. Look at that, I'm trying to get a good view of it. It's just so cool in it, like look at it. I love the layering of the whites and the greys. I love that it like popping out the side, it really like expands the mini. Like if you look at it head on, say we covered it up, that guy's pretty cool. Standard Warhammer model, and then bam, this huge like thing coming out the side. It looks so cool. I love it, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Like I mentioned, what was it? Admin Grey, Apothecary White, and then Corax and White Scar. Yeah, it's incredible. I'm so happy with how it looks, and I feel like it really makes the model. Yeah, it's really good. There he is. That's our first ever Red Corsair Raider. And yeah, I'm so keen to get stuck into the rest of the box because this guy was a blast. And I really, really want to do more, especially after seeing how all of them have so many unique details. And I guess we get one more smoke grenade dude as well because we've got 10. So, I'm going to paint some more smoke grenades. And there it is, the start of our Red Corsair Chaos Space Marine army. And oh my god, this model was like, it exceeded my expectations. I knew it was going to be fun and I would like it, but it was so much better than I thought. Like, I keep banging on about it, but that smoke grenade thing is so cool. And I love all of the little trinkets they've got. And I just want to get stuck in and paint more, man. This is so, yeah, I'm keen. I'm excited. I guess one thing we should do, actually, is take this box down, because it's not the Iron Halo Strike Force anymore, is it? I like to put the active box up there to indicate what we're working on. God, it looks bare without it. I guess now we can take this box and put it up here. A whole new era of Hobby Homeworld, the Chaos era. Look at that. Oh yeah, I'm keen. I'm so excited. I really want to get stuck in. I was looking at the sprues as well, and I saw the Traitor Guardsmen, and I was like, these look really cool. Just little teeny humans rather than like big chunky Space Marines. It's quite cool. So yeah. Also, if you've got any ideas or requests or things you want me to do with the Red Corsairs, drop a comment down below and let me know, because I have so many of them and I don't know what to do with them all. But that's it for this video, because I'm going to be honest with you, it's 3:30 in the morning. I really wanted to get this painted and then the video out for like the next day for the release weekend. So I'm kind of just hammering it through the night. But it's been so much fun and I've been really motivated to do it. Like, I'm really like, yeah, I want to paint it, I want to get it edited. Like, it's really like this wave of motivation and like it's exciting and it's cool. So yeah, really, really happy with the Red Corsairs and really keen to paint some more. But as always, thanks for watching. Drop us a like and subscribe and tune in next time. Bye.